we are going to learn about the properties of multiplication. The first property is the commutative property. Now, commutative property means that if we reverse the order, that is, for an example, A into B is equal to B into A. That is, if we reverse the order, the position of the numbers, or reverse the order, the product of the numbers remain the same. For an example, 3 into 2, it actually equals to 6. On the other hand, if we reverse the orders, that is, we make it 2 into 3, then also my answer is the same, that is 6. Therefore, we can say 3 into 2, that is reversing the positions, and 2 into 3 both means the same. So this is commutative property. Moving on, number 2, the associative property. Associative property says that, for an example, there are three numbers. If we first find the product of the first two numbers and then multiply it with the third number, the answer will be equal to, in the case if we find the product of the second and the third number and then multiply it with the first number. For an example, 2 into 3 and into 4. If we multiply 2 into 3 is 6 and then multiply it with 4 because brackets need to be solved first. Therefore, 6 into 4, my answer becomes 24. On the other hand, if we are writing the numbers such as 2 into 3 into 4 in this manner, so here 2 into 3 into 4 is 12. First we solve the brackets, and 12 into 2 is 24. So we can see both the answers are 24, which means that if we first multiply the first two numbers and then multiply its product with the third number, or if we find the product of the second and the third number and then multiply it with the first number, it makes no difference. So this is referred to as the associative property. We can say that these two are the same. Moving on, the third property, that is the identity property. Identity property says that, for an example, a number is multiplied with 1. 1 is the identity property of multiplication. Why? Because if we multiply any number with 1, the answer is the same. That is A. For an example, 3 into 1, the answer is 3. So, if we multiply any number with 1, it makes no difference. The answer is the same. That is 3 in this case. Moving on to the fourth property, it is distributive property. This property is used to make multiplication much easier. For an example, if we are multiplying things like A into a bigger number, okay, and we can expand this number in order to find the result. That is, what I mean to say is, for an example, it is 3, 6, 4 into 205. Now, if we want to find its product, it will be 364 into 205. Multiply, we get 5 into 4, 20. 6 into 5, 30 plus 2, 32. 5 into 3, 15 plus 3, 18. Cross, because 5 is done. Next, 0 into 4, 0. 0 into 6, 0, because anything multiplied by 0 is 0. 3 into 0, 0. Moving on to the second number, put 2 crosses because these two are done. We'll move to the third one, that is 2. Over here, 4 into 2, it is 8. 2 into 6 is 12. And 3 into 2 is 6 plus 1, 7. Add the number 0, 2, 8 plus 8, 16. Carry 2 plus 1, 3 plus 1, 4 and 7. We get 74620 as the answer. There is another way we can do it using the distributive method, that is, see 364 into, We will break 205 and use its expanded number. That is, we will write 200 plus 5. Okay. Now, we multiply the number first, 364 into 200. That is, first we multiply these two numbers. And then add and then multiply the next two numbers. That is 364 with 5. So this is the easier way to do. See, 364 into 200 means first multiply 364 with 2. Only 2. So 4 into 2 is 8. 6 2s are 12. 3 2s are 6 plus 1 7. So we can write 7 to 8, that is 364 into 2, and insert 2 zeros at the end because here there are 2 zeros. Moving on, next is 364 into 5. So let's multiply 364 with 5. We get 5 into 4 20, 5 6 are 30 plus 2 32, 3 5s are 15 plus 3 18, 1820. So we have got the number 1820. Now what we have to do is simply add these two numbers, that is 72800 plus 1820. So 72800, that is the first number, and then along with it add 1820. So 1820. Add the numbers, we get 26147. Answer that we get is 74620. See, if we check the answer, it is the same as that of this. So these are the simple ways in which we can do it. Moving on, the last property, that is a zero property. Anything multiplied by 0, the answer is 0. For an example, we have got lot of numbers 2, 3, 4 into 5, 1, 8 into 3, 9, 2 into 0 into 3. See, in such a big expression, we have got a 0. See, we have got a 0 here. So anything multiplied by 0, wherever you find it in the expression, if it's multiplied by 0, then my answer is nothing but 0. We do not have to calculate the number, because whatever we get by multiplying this, after this, if we multiply the same with 0, the answer becomes 0, and then again 0 into 3, answer becomes 0. So 0 property states that if you multiply any number with 0, my answer will be 0.